Hello, Moo Moo. I'm going to do a story time. What do you think? Oh, you approve, huh? That's great. That's great. So, today's story time. Oh, you're going to go to sleep too? Is the first time that he heard the train. So, we live on the train tracks, luckily not on them. And because we live behind them, very loud. Daisy's used to it, so she doesn't care, right? But when he first got here, he was terrified of the train. He'd run inside each time he... Oh, sorry, my God. Every single time that he would come in to the shed, he would be very nervous about it. Isn't that right, Moo? Yeah, you like story time, Moo Moo? And then what would happen was he would get very startled, he'd run away, he'd be very nervous, but he'd look at... Oh, what do we... burp? Would look at Daisy, and Daisy wouldn't care at all. And he looked fascinated in her lack of response, because it's very loud, and we have glass up behind the screen, but we used to not. They used to just be screened in, only. So, much louder back then. And he absolutely hated it. But he would watch his big sis be fine with it. So, over time, he would just deadpan her when it would come by and just watch her. Nothing else, just focus on Daisy. And slowly he got used to it. And slowly he didn't care as much. But, ooh, he was afraid at first. However, he'd look to his big sis, and that'd be fine. So there was one day that train was going by kind of slowly, and they were doing maintenance on it, and he actually was kind of interested in it, and we couldn't believe it. We were surprised, because up until then he had been terrified. So essentially watched her for a few days, got comfortable, and then the train didn't exist anymore. That was that. And yet what happens? If someone pulls up, they still hate it. They do not like when someone pulls into the driveway. But yeah. So Moo's first experience with the train was very negative. He did not like it. His ears would shoot back. He'd spin his head around looking, run inside. He hated it. But now he doesn't mind it at all. It comes through and he doesn't respond. He doesn't care. It's fine. I know I have some rail fans in the comment section. I'll get a few of you guys. That's great that you like to hear the train. I love that. I'll make sure to never edit it out. Yeah? Is the train kind of a part of Team Talks? Alright. I'll leave you to it, Momo.